Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Have you been working on your food storage, stocking up on shelf-stable meals, lots of canned foods, packaged foods, things that you can open and eat or easily prepare so that you can combine things together to make meals for your family out of foods that you have in your pantry or your long-term food storage stockpile? I was looking to add more beans and rice to my food storage for extra long-term food storage stockpile because beans and rice are very versatile. They're inexpensive, they're easy to store for 30 years or more, and they're a great way to bulk up your food storage. A great way to stretch your pantry items is with rice and beans. You can make a pot of rice, a pot of beans, make that half of your day's calorie count, and then fill in with the foods that you have on hand. You can add a can of meat, you can open a can of vegetables, maybe some dried fruit, and then you can have a variety of foods with enough calories to bulk up your meals for not very much more money. Here in Alaska, we're experiencing a reset or second wave where they've asked us to stay home again for 4 weeks in the month of August. So if cases of coronavirus are increasing here, they probably are or will in the areas where you live. When you read in the news, they're saying it's probably going to flare up all over the place dramatically beginning in September, which means they're going to be doing more second wave lockdowns, stay-at-home orders, and we don't really know what's coming. So it's a good time to make sure that you have enough food on hand. When I went online at Walmart to order rice and beans, I was certainly surprised at some of the things that I discovered. First, I clicked on rice that I purchased before, and you can see it says it's $8.48 for 20 pounds of rice. Then when I clicked on add it to my cart, guess what? The price is now $11. Then look at the details. It says not available for delivery and it's not available for pickup. So basically, it's not in stock. So I looked at, well, what other rice products are available, and I was certainly surprised when I saw the exorbitant prices on other bags of rice. I think the price of rice has gone up dramatically, so it seems like it's a great time to buy it if you can find it. Not only has the price gone up, but when I found a smaller bag, 10-pound bags, I clicked on that. Limit 2. You can only buy 20 pounds of rice. However, if you look at it, it also says it's not even available until August 17th, which is a week away. So then I looked at beans. The largest pinto beans I could find were 8 pounds at $5.98. It's not available for pickup, free delivery by Monday, August 17th. That's a week away. So I started looking at some of the other prices of beans, and I was shocked to see how much the other bags of beans cost. And if you look, for example, here's a 3-pack of beans of 32 ounces, which means it's only 6 pounds, limit 1. And then guess what? It's not available for pickup. They can only get it through shipping. So this certainly indicates to me that prices are rising, foods are in shorter supply, and going forward, it's going to be far more expensive with the options that are available. Beans and rice can be stored in a bucket. They can last for 30 years. You can pour them directly into the bucket. You can place the bag right into the bucket and put on the lid. You could also pour it into a Mylar bag and seal it up with an oxygen absorber. Even if you can't find Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers, you can probably find a bucket. Ask for them at the grocery store. Look for them at the hardware store. Look for lids that have the rubber gasket ring that are going to seal them to be airtight, moisture tight, and then they're in a sturdy container, safely stored away for many years to come. We always heard beans and rice and beans, they're so cheap. But they don't seem to be that cheap anymore, so if you don't have a great stockpile, now is a good time to get some. Having enough food on hand to feed your family, no matter the circumstances, are going to allow you to have the brightest future and the best outcome on every day to come. If you liked my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else who might enjoy it. Learn more at alaskagranny.com, and please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.